You guys see how the sun just came shining? That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Tucson is feeling cheerful. Chloe's feeling starry. Well, welcome to Heart Talk. This is my second Heart Talk, and I'm so excited to have a special guest today, Devri Velazquez. Every week, I'm going to be interviewing a different self-made POC artist about their journey, their work, and how that's been impacted during this time. Alpha Arts Alliance is a Brooklyn-based arts agency where I focus on representation and supporting and advocating for artists. So the music you hear in the background is by Smiley from the X, whom is tagged in my comment. He created. Our guest today, as I said, is named Devri. She is a poet, writer, model, and advocate. I was lucky to meet her just a few months ago, and she's been so supportive of the work I've been doing from the get-go. And I was really looking forward to getting to talk to her today. So, and whoever dropped the bumblebee, I don't know if you know this, but Devri's name means bee. So, Dev, I'm about to call you in. And we will go ahead and get started. Hey, how you doing? Explain what it means to be immunocompromised and exactly what it is that you have.
Yeah, so I have, or I was diagnosed in 2011 with an illness called Takayasu's vasculitis. So basically, vasculitis is a form of it's a large artery disease that basically my arteries, my large artery, which is my aorta, it's in the center of my chest, more or less. It's twisted, it's blood doesn't flow through properly, and that causes a lot of other issues for blood to run throughout my body. So I've been dealing with that since 2011. So.
And how old were you? What was your experience like as a woman of color, femme presenting? How do you feel like that impacted the way you were treated by doctors?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of mask presenting doctors and identifying doctors did not believe me. A lot of them automatically wrote my symptoms off as like dealing with my period or with, I was anemic because I had blood. Oh, sorry, someone just called me. Sorry. Yeah, I guess they didn't get the memo. But yeah, so a lot of, I wasn't taken seriously for a lot of the process of me getting diagnosed, but fortunately I have two parents who are in the medical industry. And so they were able to like, be my warriors for finding a diagnosis. And I was more fortunate than a lot of people that I've met or shared stories with who are in similar situations with their health. The typical like span of diagnosis time from the moment you experience symptoms, people who have not had to deal with living with a chronic illness are starting to live through the lens of a person like myself who has to be super aware of their surroundings and the things that they touch and washing their hands and their hygiene maintenance. Like that's my norm, and that's what keeps me alive. And now everyone has to kind of live through that experience, which makes me kind of happy. They're being forced compassion, but at least they're coming to that place. So, oh, how sometimes moments like these, I just want to unravel the strings, open up my chest and tap gently on my heart, just to let it step back into a rhythm that flows steadily, not knocks violently on the door of what might lead to the last years of a body that once was.
All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a second. What was happening when you wrote this poem?
This was a couple of weeks before I got diagnosed. I was getting the laundry from the laundry room in my apartment complex, and I was walking up the stairs, and I remember it felt like I was carrying 2 tons of weight upstairs. And
Mm-hmm.
when I got to my door, I felt like I was going to pass out or have a heart attack. And I remember that was the first moment of many where I constantly felt like my heart was I was starting to have palpitations at that time on more of a frequent basis.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed it. It felt like a ticking time bomb inside of my chest. And I just envisioned myself, which I still do to this day, opening up my chest. And so this one is called There's Only Me Now. And suddenly, before my eyes, I became a room with no windows, a painting, a frame, just there, left to represent my own stature and sustain my own presence through mere hopes and dreams of something only gloveless hands could feel.
Awesome. Can you tell us about what that poem was about?
So all of this is from a collection that I wrote within the time period of me getting diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
So, which all of my symptoms occurred within weeks. I was on a rapid decline as far as my health was concerned. And this was when I got diagnosed and I was ordered bed rest immediately for over a year. I had to step out of school, my final semester in undergrad. I had to quit my job and I had no social life at that moment. I was visually impaired, so I had no social life. I couldn't look at my phone to keep in contact with people. I couldn't have people come over. I had someone who had to assist me with using the restroom and bathing. But I was home most of the time by myself throughout the day. I lived by myself, so that was tough. And I remember, because my vision would go in and out, my reference to when I would wake up to whether or not my vision was completely gone was looking at the window or noticing if light was shining in the window when I would open my eyelids. And so that was how I knew, okay, it's another day, because I had no way of knowing if it was the next day other than the sunlight shining. Survivor, you are love. Survivor, you are strong. Survivor, you give hope, a whole new meaning, a brand new song. Survivor, you are king, you are queen, you are royal. Survivor, you are committed, you are faithful, you are loyal. You defied all odds, you proved them wrong. God was working diligently on you all along. And you knew it too. That's why you made it. That's why you made it through. The storm, the fire, no one had a clue. Survivor, you are me. Survivor, I am you. Survivor, we are triumphant. Ooh, yes, it's so true. That you would live to tell the tale of true glory. Survivor, here we are, so we can share our story. We're here today, so.
Jersey. Yeah. So this is a game for anyone to play. So those of you who are listening in, the goal is to see who can guess first, Devri or someone in the comments. Everyone's a winner. So the game is guess that movie. I'm going to show you a picture that's kind of like Pictionary, and you're going to guess what movie it is. Cool. All right? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Okay.
That's Frozen?
Yeah!
I actually haven't seen Frozen, by the way.
Nice. That was a good guess. That was a good guess. All right. Next one. All right, folks in the audience, you can guess too. This one's a little more tricky.
Is that Home Alone?
Yes! That's pretty impressive. I wonder if I should give 5 seconds to give other people a shot, but you're killing it.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm sorry. I get a little confused.
No, it's okay. I'm impressed. And boom. Third one.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Who can help Devri out? What movie is this? Yes, Ryan. It was Home Alone, but this movie is.
Oh, I think I know. Is it Kung Fu?
Use the both. So, if you have something that you have created that you would like to share, we have about 15 minutes to do that. I'm going to start off with bringing in Morgan Copeland. Morgan is a student of the charter network I used to work with. Her family, all of their kids went through this network, and Morgan is a phenomenal poet. So Morgan, I'm gonna go ahead and call you in. And I'm gonna turn back on the vibes by Smiley. All right, Lena, I got you next. Hey.
It's called From Quarantine. It's absolute, the beauty that coats the streets. As death gives rise, hope depletes. When space materializes where it once couldn't dream of existing, I find that I dream of existing, and wake to find reality is wrong. To find comfort gone, to find lonesome birds singing the same broken song. They discover conformity and misery, and I hope he can see soon in me. I suppose distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it changes nothing. Still the space against his chest between his arms I long for. I view the world from behind warped glass. See a wonderful horror that I pray won't last. Lovely, the way the sun shines hard against NYC, as we hide from its rays and an enemy we cannot see.
From the X.
That was one little vibe. And then like this one more. Alright, yes. It could be that vibe for now.
I'm so proud of you. You're so wonderful. Thanks.
Well, I try. I just try to make sure I do right by you and everybody. So
you do right for yourself, and you'll always do right by me. Yeah.
love y'all.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, folks. Love you all very much. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week.